Right now I'm here with Trelly Trell. What's up?
What's happening?
Shit, not much, bro. It's been hard getting in touch with you, man. You fresh out, right?
Yeah, man. Fresh shot, nigga. Just been trying to stay focused, stay moving.
Yeah. How long you been out?
Shit. I've been out since like January 26th. I don't remember how long it has been, but I only did like 3 months. Just had to go in there, do a little time.
Yeah. Shit, you already out. You already dropping shit. You got the Puerto Rican love out already.
Definitely, man. I just been trying to stay consistent, been trying to stay on their neck.
Yeah.
Like I was fighting this case for like a year and 8 months, and the whole time I was fighting the case, it was like I ain't wanna put myself in position of looking like what they were trying to make me out to be. So I
Exactly.
had to lay low and just chill for them year and 8 months while I was fighting the case. Would do my time. Now I can turn up a little bit more.
Shit, what it made you feel like though? Like just sitting there seeing like artists dropping music and doing their thing while you sitting back, knowing you could do it, but you kind of like playing your position because you had your other situation.
I mean, I enjoy watching everybody drop music.
Yeah.
I definitely enjoy it. So I mean, every now and then I still jump out and do a verse for different features, or jump on somebody else's beat and try to do my thing. But I don't know, it ain't make me feel no type way. I enjoy seeing everybody do their
Yeah.
thing. When they
Yeah.
do it, I enjoy watching them do that.
Not in a bad way though. Like like just like, damn, I can be out here, making music too, just for
Yeah.
the love of the music, not like the hating of it.
I mean, to be real with you, the more I do it, the more I did it, the more it made me fall back from it.
Okay,
Because I enjoy doing it so much, but I don't enjoy everything that come with it. If that
gotcha.
makes sense.
That make a lot of sense.
Yeah, that popularity and the black ball,
Yeah,
a lot of stuff that come with it. And so like for those reasons, I don't feel like I be taking it as serious
gotcha.
as I should. I
Yeah,
feel like I could take it more serious than what I do.
yeah. Shit, I remember. She used to hang out with Lil V. So what was?
Used to.
I mean, no, I mean
Okay,
not.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Nah.
yeah,
I caught you. Nah.
yeah.
Yeah. It's still on. My boy be home next year.
For sure.
For real. For
But
real. But
you know
when
what I meant though, because I
yeah.
think I went to Lil V house and we was actually chopping up trying to shoot the video, and I was
Right.
sitting there, you was there, but you
Right.
always was around him though. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, that's who I got my game from. That's who showed me, you can be a local rapper and work your way up, because that's the first local rapper I ever heard. Like, he the first one I ever listened to. Then Hot T, then Jug, like on that type of time. But yeah, he done wrote verses for me. He done like enhanced my verses. He done called me out like on some, well, I'm finna eat your ass up on this song, and I'd be like, okay, you have to come with it.
Yeah.
But he always made me a better artist. Like even from jail, he done called me and told me ways that I can actually do better as an artist. And, showed me how I can, flip my words and metaphor. He just taught me a lot of different stuff to enhance my music.
That's some real shit though, bro. Cause like usually a nigga wouldn't say that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
Just even.
can't take nothing from him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what you talked to Lil V recently? Like what how?
He actually tried to get in touch with me while I was in jail. We was trying to set it up and on through a three-way call where we
Yeah.
can talk, but it was hard to catch each other. I think I talked to him. I think he hit me up one time since I've been home, but I want brother just stay out of trouble, man,
For
so he
sure.
can come home on time, man.
Free Lil V, man.
Yeah, free Lil V, man, for real.
For real. What So how did you even like start though? Like how did you get into the rap game?
My fifth grade teacher, Mr. Taylor, he was a rapper. We used to be convinced that he was with the Boys and Men because he looked like one of them. But he was real talented. He taught us a lot of our music through through like raps. Like he used to tell us like, you know, like we used to do like reading programs and stuff like that with raps and verbs, nouns and stuff like that. Everything we do, and then every year he'll do like a classroom rap where we have to rap in the auditorium for everybody. So he taught us how to rap when I was in 5th grade, and then like I said, as time went by, you know, I fell back from it because I ain't have access to being able to just go record and stuff like that. You know, I played with it in and out. Then once I got into the 12th grade, and I ran into I can't remember the dude. I think his name was Rico, and we got into the studio. And then before I got into the studio, I had ran into Lil V, and I had ran into his CD. A dude I was in Reigns with was playing this CD, and I kept being like, man, I want to meet dog. I'm like, man, when I meet him, we gonna fuck with each other. Watch, and it just ended up being just exactly what it was. And so as I started listening to him and getting around him, he actually told me he was gonna charge me $500.
Yeah.
And yeah, when I see him in the club, he was like, man, I charge $1,000, but shit, since I know your people, I'm gonna charge you $500. I'm like, bet. But in the back of my head, I'm like, I know I can't afford that. Like, cause back then, you know, I'm in high school, graduating high school, working at McDonald's, so. But you know, I was gonna try, but it just so happened we ended up being cool. And the first time we got in the studio, there wasn't no prices being talked about. We just was solid, and we just started doing our thing.
True. That's some real shit. So I always wondered like how you got the name Mr. Talk About. Like what was the thing behind that?
That's crazy. I got that name from, I actually wrote the song. I got a song called Mr. Talk About. And I wrote that song for Plies, because when he came out, when Plies came out, I think it was around like, when I really got on this music around 06, and maybe 05, 06. And when he came out, everybody like, oh man, he ain't living that what he talking about. When he came out with choppers on and stuff like that, they're like, man, oh, he ain't living that what he talking about. That ain't his lifestyle. He living his brother lifestyle, this, that, and the other. And I'm like, at the end of the day, the nigga slide. Like, the nigga raw. Like, the nigga he be going. So I'm like, man, he missed to talk about. Like, you know, so I started writing a song. And I'm like, man, this junk goes. So I'm like, I'm presented to Plies. I want Plies to do his thing with this. And so as I wrote it, and I started listening to it, and I'm rapping it to my sister and my homeboy across the street. They're like, but that don't slide. I started freestyling the verse to it. They're like, man, yeah, you doing your thing. So I kept going with it, and then I didn't know how to get it to Plies, so I ended up just keeping it and just trying to flow with it and just start making it more about me than I could about Plies, because I ain't know the real in and out about Plies, but I know the real in and out is about me.
Exactly. So you was gonna try to like really sell him that song.
I was actually gonna get it to him, because like I said, I was just trying something.
Yeah.
I ain't even know if it was hard or not. I ain't know how he'll feel about it and stuff like that. So that was back when I ain't know no better. Like, you know, when music was the thing, everybody did for fun more than they did for the money. I think it's more so for the money now than it is for the fun.
Shit, with the Puerto Rican love, though, you linked up with Gregg. It seemed like you work with him a lot as far as shooting the music video. How you what you think about him?
Man, I remember when I used to think he used to charge too much. I used to be like, man, I can't go to bro, man. He charged too much. And then one day, somebody was telling me you gotta pay for what you want. So I'm like, yeah, you're right. So I took it upon myself to finally raise up the money that he was icing for. And we shot a video, and we had so much fun doing it, like for real. And it was one of the best videos I had ever shot. Don't get me wrong, I can't take from nobody who ever shot a video from me, because I enjoy shooting with everybody. But
yeah,
the quality he gave me the first time, the feelings he gave me, I just felt like it was money well spent. And like I said, I didn't feel like that about people I was working with before, because my cameraman before that, we had a real connection. And then that's another thing, I'm big on, like, you know, I'm big on loyalty. I'm big on like trying to grow with people, like, you know. So when I started working with Gregg, my other cameraman had started doing more rapping than he was doing shooting videos. So he didn't really have time to shoot my videos no more. He was in and out of town. He was just, you know, chasing his own rap dream, which I respect. So I had to move over to somebody. Once I got with Gregg, I was like, okay, that's where my loyalty gonna be. And Gregg would tell me all the time, man, you gotta go work with you gotta go work with other cameramans. You need to go work with other people, man. You know, I ain't never telling you to just only work with me, but you know, when somebody giving you what you want, like, you know, quality, you know, time, you know, like we like it ain't even a friendship. It's still business, but it's at the same time, I think he respect my craft and I respect his craft, and it helps us come together and be able to work. So it's like with our loyalty, that's who I like for my last couple of videos since the first time he shot my video. That's who I've been going to. I've been wanting to work with other people, and with all honesty, I want to work with other people, but it's just like I know what I'm gonna get I know I'm gonna get my money worth.
Gotcha.
I don't really got money just to be blowing with people. So it's like, you know, I don't know. Like, I'm a big fan of Gregg work, so it's like that's why I mean, I feel like when I get to that point, I'm gonna work with other people, but on this grind to trying to blow, I want to stay loyal to, you know, who been trying to help me.
So you got are you gonna be like pushing singles, or you got a plan on dropping the album?
I can't even make up my mind. I just be, when it come to me, I just drop. Like I know I got like probably like two CDs, maybe 2.5, 3 CDs ready to go. 2 of them probably be off other people's beats, and then 1 of them can be off my own beats. But I'm real picky by beats, so that's why it's been hard for me to get my own little album, EP, or whatever drop, because like I gotta cipher through so many beats, and I don't have so much time because I be trying to do so much at one time.
Gotcha. So you ain't really find that producer yet that match.
Right. And I got a couple of them, but then, you know, it be here, there, yeah. But I got a couple producers, but, you know, it's like you gotta know people lanes. Like, I got one producer who fire everything, but I know he perfect at love beats. Mm-hmm. And then you got another producer who might be fire everything, but he just as fire at gutter beats. Mm-hmm. And stuff like that. So, you know, you gotta cipher through and pick and choose people, how to deal with them.
Yeah. What you can share a ghetto story with me? Like it could be something funny, crazy, whatever. You don't gotta be nothing like too serious. But I try to do the ghetto stories, like just to salute Boosie and Webby, because, you know, that's what the city offer. You know what I'm saying?
That's real, yeah. Yeah, I got a story with my main man, my co-defendant, my main man. One day we were riding, and he went and caught a pop.
Yeah.
And I told him, I'm like, so I see the lady next door, she mad. She don't like him coming through there doing that like that. So she got him on camera. She outside like, yeah, man, you going to jail. I got something for you. I got something for you. So he got multiple cars. Me, I'm in the passenger seat. I'm like, man, bro, you know, she probably gonna call the police for real, bro. You might wanna go switch cars. He like, man, fuck her. I ain't worried about her. So I'm like, all right, bet. You know, we slide off. We go to the bar. I'm rolling up in the parking lot. He getting the liquor. He got us some Patron. We pull up in the parking lot. We pull off. As soon as we pull off and get to the light, like 8 police cars pulled up behind us.
Oh, Lord.
So he like, hey, bro, I'm gonna need you to get that. I'm like, what's going on? He like, but them dick suckers behind me. So I'm like, what, you want me to run? He like, nah, don't do that. There's too many of them. So I'm like, shit, all right. So, nah, I'm just sitting there. I don't want to look back because you know when you looking back they can see it, but now they didn't hit the lights. So we pull over, and he was smart because I ain't know that you can't open the door until you put the guy in park. But anywho, so he like, man, bro, if you don't get that, he was like, man, your boy finna go away for a long time. Now, a day prior to that, he told me he had these pills. He like, man, with these pills, man, I get a year pill, man. Gotta be careful with these, this, that, and the other, but they make that money.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, pill. So when he heard that, it was, you know, I wasn't doing that at the time.
Yeah.
I'm just out there chilling with my main man.
You clean, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm like, yeah, pill. So now I'm in the passenger seat, like, boy, this shit dangerous, like, for real. So when we got pulled over, I know he got them pills on him, so I'm like, he like, man, if you don't get it, man, your boy gonna be gone for a long time. So I'm like, shit. Now my heart beating fast, my adrenaline kicked in. So when I looked in the rearview mirror on my side, I see the police at the bike door, at the bike passenger door. My adrenaline kicked in. I scooped everything up with 2 fingers. I dropped everything in my nuts. I put my hands up.
Yeah.
Police snatched the door open. He like, you got anything illegal on you? I was like, nah. He's like, any guns, firearms? I was like, yeah, I got my pistol in my right pocket. So he was like, is it registered? I'm like, yeah. He like, where your gun license? And I was like, hold on, my girl just left. I can call her and she can bring it right back. And he was like, nah, we'll do it by your social security card. We don't need nobody to pull up here. So we were like, all right. So they pulled me out. They put me in the bike seat. And they put him in the bike seat in another car. And they put me in handcuffs. They ran my license and stuff. So they come back to the car. They're like, man, we know you got that registered gun for him. We know it's in your name, but it's for him. I'm like, nah, that's my gun. This, that, and the other. So now they close the door. I'm sitting in the bike seat. The police come and they in my trunk. Now in the car I'm in, they in the trunk. And he pull out 4 gloves.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
you know what that means.
Yeah, but this when I didn't know that you can't get script searched outside the jailhouse. So when I seen them 4 gloves, I instantly panicked, like, dang. But they finna search us. And then, long story short, they came back to the window and they were like, did you know that he do something other than weed? And I'm like, nah. And they're like, well, we found the perk. They called it the real name, but they were like, we found the perk. And he going to jail for it. You can't take the car. You gotta just leave and go home. We're gonna give you a gun back. But you just start walking, don't call nobody up here. This, that, and the other. So they gave him a gun. I started speed walking. He like, what you walking away so fast for? I just don't want y'all to change y'all mind. But the whole time, you know, I got everything on me.
Yeah.
And you know, we got away with it. Like my boy ended up going to jail for 1 perk.
Well, that's like a real ghetto story, cause shit.
Yeah, man. Like my homeboys from who I did it from, he wasn't from my neighborhood, but the love and loyalty I got for him was like, you know, and fuck the neighborhood shit. It's real. But my homeboy was mad, like, man, don't ever do that for nobody, man. You could have threw your life away, this, that, and the other. But in reality, when I was sitting in that front seat before I grabbed everything, it's like, man, I had that talk with myself, and myself was telling me, like, man, you knew what you was getting yourself into when you got in the car with this dude. So, like, at the end of the day, it's either keep it G or you don't need to be hanging around, you know. So after that, it gave me reality of, you know, hey, when you put yourself in these positions, you know, either you're going to have to keep it G or you're going to have to go down about it. So, you know, he knew I was solid. He knew what it was.
Shit, even
to this day, he know what it is.
You had the police even asking you about your stick. That was a whole nother situation.
Right, yeah,
you know what I mean?
definitely. I could have got, you know, jammed just because of the weed and the gun, but
yeah,
they were so focused on trying to find something on him that they wasn't even paying attention to all that.
Yeah. Shit, any advice you want to give, like definitely, I know people watching you because you been doing it for a while. You probably don't feel like you've been doing it for a while, but you've been doing it for a while. So I know, like, there's somebody watching. Any advice for, like, that person that could be watching who wanna probably meet you?
Man, I mean, you know, if you're out there rapping, man, just keep grinding, man. You know, I said, man, just stay consistent. Just stay out of bullshit, for real. Stay out of the way. Man, you ain't gotta be in the midst of bullshit. You ain't gotta be like everybody else. Like shit, stay true to you. You know, for real, for real. I mean, that's why I get respected the way I do. On the real, like I just stay out of everybody bullshit. I show everybody respect no matter what. You don't see me caught up in nobody bullshit. So for the most part, just stay true to you and stay out the way for real.
Yeah. How was it when you was in Atlanta? Like, did you meet like artists, or like, you able to bump heads with a few people out there?
I
Or?
ran into a bunch of artists. I ran into Atlanta was the most like motivating city I ever ran into. I used to go out there to the trap. And I used to go get little weed. I used to go out there like and get like ball maybe 7 grams every time I go out there. Every time I go in there, everybody pull their stick out. It's like 8 niggas in the truck. Everybody pull their stick out. So one day I just stopped. I'm like, man, why everybody pulling their stick out, man? Like, man, I'm coming here to get a ball maybe 7 grams. And the dude was like, man, niggas be petty about 7 grams of a ball up here. And like, where you from? Like Jacksonville. And like, what you doing here? Y'all got a bad name up here. Like, y'all be coming up here robbing niggas and shit. I'm like, nah, man, I'm up here doing music. When I said that, everybody put their gun away and was like, bro, if you gonna do this shit, take it serious, man. Man, like, make sure you ain't hear bullshit and making sure you do it like, man, everybody was real motivational. Everybody wanted to push you. Everybody got a cousin that knows somebody. Everybody know Gucci. Everybody going like for real. Yeah. Everybody know somebody. It's a lot of scams going on, like shit, Everybody want to charge you to do something like that. And I mean, you gotta pay, but at the same time, it's like certain stuff, like, like certain open mic nights, you'll walk in and be like, man, I paid $500 for this. And like in reality, you shouldn't have paid $500. But for the most part, like when you run into the right people, no matter where you at, work, mall, anything, like I was in the mall passing out my CDs for free. But down here, like I always had this mind frame of like, if you hear me, eventually the money will come. So like shit, I always been ready to take my losses. So I get my CDs out free. I'm up there giving it out for free. And they like, wait, what? For free? Yeah, I take it or nah, baby, don't do it for free, huh? I'm gonna give you something and stuff like that. Like everybody just real motivational. It's gonna be easy to see some motivation and shit. I was riding past Icebox one day and I ain't even realize it, and I seen 21 Savage and I'm like, man, dog looked familiar as fuck. Cause he ain't have no jewelry on, no none of that shit. I think he was going there to cash out. But when I rolled past, I'm like, man, dog looked familiar as fuck. And who I was with at the time, they was like, man, that's 21 Savage. I was like, oh, I knew he looked familiar or whatever. It's so easy to bump into people. Like, I was at a show, and I ended up being in the background in the picture with T.I. And I'm like, shit, when the picture came around, I'm like, damn, that's me. I was in the background. I didn't even know it. Like, I'm talking about right next to him, behind him, for real.
Oh, you didn't know he was even in there?
I knew he was in there. I had seen him, but I didn't know people was taking pictures. Like, there was so many people in the area taking pictures. Yeah. And somebody just so happened to snap me right behind him, like standing right behind him.
You ain't running the Jetz while you was out there?
Oh, yeah. When she did her, I was living up there when she did her first. I think when she signed with T.I. and them, and they did that first party for her, and Usher and all them was there. I was there then, She showed me something that nobody in the rap game have showed me. Like, for real, she took us to the house where they record at. Young Dronell was there. Like, they was down there. She was there. I think she was working on the verse that night. It was a couple of us from Jacksonville. She took us all with her. When we was at the club that night, she, man, she treated us like, she kept it real with us, like for real.
Yeah,
whenever she kept it all the way G.
Whenever I see like, it can be like she might be in Miami or somebody from Duval that's there. I hear that she be, she spot you, she gonna show love.
Yeah, definitely, man. She actually took a picture with me that night, and that picture did real numbers. It's like, cause she wasn't acting famous, she wasn't acting bougie, she acted like shit, like, man, nah, you people. Like, I'm gonna take a picture with you. We took the picture, I uploaded and everybody like, that real.
Yeah.
It did like, that was the first picture on Instagram that I ever had that did real numbers for real. For real.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, shout out to Jetz, man.
Shout out.
Much respect.
I
Shout
always
out to
gotta
all
bring
them.
her up for sure.
Definitely.
What was your relationship with Jub?
You know, he was big homie, little big homie in the neighborhood. Like for real, you know, Jug was little, but he was older than us. But you know, like I remember was upon a time, you know, Jug wasn't gonna even fight you if you weren't like 6'3" or better. Like
Yeah.
for real, you know. But at the same time, when he was doing the music, I had just started, and I forgot how we ran into each other. And he was like, "Yeah, look, bro, you know, I've been hearing about you just that and the other. I'ma fuck with you. I'ma do something for you." And that nigga did. He was the first person that ever gave me a feature. He put me on here. I think it was called. It was either Shit Rilla. I think it was Shit Rilla.
It was Shit Rilla, yeah.
Yeah, he put me on Hamburger.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
When he did, like, I was the first person that put me on a real feature and let me do my thing, broadcast my talent, you know. And everything. I was in the club. This when WAP had signed with Fat Belly, and I was in the club, and I think D-Lo was doing the show that night. The whole Adif and that bit. WAP came up to me, and everybody he had with them from Fat Belly walked up at me at the same time. They're like, "Man, you know that song Hamburger?" The nigga L, Free L. He was like, "You remember that song Hamburger?" And they was like, "Yeah, I know what you're talking about." He was like, "Man, you remember the first nigga we heard on that bit?" And he like, yeah. He like, "Man, this the nigga right here." And all the niggas like, "Boy, you snap. Boy, you went off. So I definitely appreciate Jug for showing me that love. But even after that, you know, every mixtape I drop, if you go back and listen, he on all my mixtapes, he always showed love. He ain't charged me. It was just always love and respect. You know, like, you know, he was like big homie in the neighborhood. With the rap shit.
He had a lot of people, like, if you go back, he got a lot of features on there, big features on there. Like, that wasn't big then, but, like, doing shit now, for sure. Shit, well, anything else you want to get before we get out of here? Anything you want to put out?
Man, just know, man, nigga coming, man, nigga. I'm gonna stay consistent this time, man. Like I said, I'm dropping. I'm gonna try to keep on dropping. I'm gonna keep on keeping on, man. We're gonna come bite for real. I'm gonna double bite. And it's gonna be a whole nother show watch. I'm telling you.